honk.
Yes, indeed. That honk is back. Guess who's back? Back again. Honk is back. Tell a friend. What's going on, everybody? Welcome, Arvanauts. Welcome, everybody, to a Saturday stream. It is August 24th, 2024, and we are here, folks. We are back. I am back in the United States. I am back in the northeast of the United States, and I am back in Winco Studios. I am very excited. It is indeed an Arvin Elleron that you know and love. Good to see you, to Tenshi. Hello to Hellness and Triffid, and to everyone who is here, and welcome to the epic conclusion of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and also a little bit of discussion of my trip to the UK. This is probably going to be a discussion that'll take place over the next few sessions, actually, because it was a great trip, and I am excited to talk about different elements of it, but I am back. And this was supposed to be a Expedition for the Mysterious Peak session, but we had multiple technical issues with players, including one person whose laptop basically just collapsed on them. And as someone who's been fighting with my laptop over the last month or so, after I was assured in no uncertain terms that it was fixed, after it was gone for 6 weeks and it wasn't fixed, I totally understand the frustration associated with that. So, yeah, I totally get that, but it means that we did not, sadly, get a chance to play today. We will reconvene in September, which is going to be fine. I am super excited for all of this. It's going to be a good time. And before we go any further, hi, Emily. Before we go any further, just a couple of reminders about ways to support us on the channel. If you haven't done so already, please follow the channel. Please check out our YouTube at !ArvTube. And if you're watching me over on YouTube, welcome. Good to see you there. Discord, !ArvCord. Twitter, !ArvTweets. Blue Sky, !ArvSky. Website, arvinelleron.com. Financially, !ArvTrayon. That is the Patreon, currently sitting at $104 per month. I obviously get less than that in fees and so on, so please do consider supporting that. The higher that goes, the more that we can do various things for the channel, which would be very exciting. And I've got some channel news that I'm going to be talking about a little bit later on today as well, so definitely want to stick around for that. The Patreon gets you cool stuff and gets the channel cool stuff as well, so please consider joining us for that. Also, subbing to the channel is always a good thing. When you sub to the channel, you get those custom sub badges and emotes to use here, there, and everywhere across Twitch, and you can also get inspirations to help with our tabletop games if you support at a high enough tier. Same thing if you support the Patreon at a high enough tier, so please consider supporting those things. Publishing side, you all know the drill with this. Icarus is my graphic novel from Athos Arts. Library is my Tales and Tomes, The Forbidden Library. That's my 5e adventure and sourcebook from Alligator Alley Entertainment. I was privileged to be able to run night at the Forbidden Library for what I suspect will probably be the last live event that I run with Night at the Forbidden Library specifically for a while, because I've run that a number of times, basically 3 places, Gen Con, the Klein, and now at the Omnibus. And so I don't think I'll be doing that particular one again live for a long time. But I will definitely be, obviously I can do it in home games, and I will be using the sequels to it and all that kind of good stuff. But it went over very well. And so I'll talk more about that when I get there. Library, if you'd like to be get a piece of that. And Gray Shade, of course, my Gray Shade RPG, Gray Shade, well, that is one of the things, my Gray Shade IP, which includes the Gray Assassin trilogy, which is now complete, Gray Shade, Renegade, and Heretic, along with, you can get those there. You can also pre-order, you can also get the audiobook for Gray Shade there, and you can pre-order the Gray Shade tabletop role-playing game coming out from Alligator Alley, which will be out later this year from Brandon O'Brien and the amazing Alligator Alley Entertainment. And also, we have got some more stuff coming up soon relating to Kickstarters and other things, and relating to stuff regarding other audiobooks, but more discussion of that to come next month. So I'm very excited about that. Well, hey, what's up, Fabio? Yes, it's not going to work, I'm afraid, in YouTube. It's only going to work in the Twitch chat, but thank you for watching on YouTube, and I do see you, and you are seen and acknowledged. But you'll still be able to check it out if you go to the Twitch chat and join us there as well. Either way, though, thank you for joining us over on YouTube. So, that again, Gray Shade for all of that. And as always, BLM, Black Lives Matter. Important to affirm and assert the significance and importance of Black lives. Help Now, the World Health Organization page on suicide prevention. Important to reach out to others when you need help, and reach out to others when they need help as well. And Ukraine, UKRAINE, to help the people of Ukraine as they fight back against an illegal and illegitimate war with bravery and courage. And send the message we will do so for others in the future. And here I am. I am back. Guess who's back? Back again. I am back, everybody. It is good to see you all. I missed you all when I was gone. It was wonderful to be able to see some of you over there in the UK, but we are now back. So I want to talk just very briefly a little bit about the UK trip. Probably, I'm guessing on Thursday night, I will probably spend some more time talking about it with doing some show and tell. I will probably show obviously took a lot of pictures, so we got pictures that I'll be able to show you of the trip and do a little bit of show and tell of stuff that I picked up there. I may show a couple of those items. My office right now is kind of a mess because I didn't really have time to, I was home from Gen Con for like a day and a half before I flew out for 2.5 weeks to the UK. So I've got a lot to basically clean up and put together again, but I'll be able to collect stuff together to show all of you. But so the sort of short version though is it was a great trip. It is a trip that I will remember for a very long time. It went about as well as I could have expected. So 3 parts to it, right? I went up to Glasgow for Worldcon, and then I went down to Oxford, and then went over from Oxford into London for the D&D event. So first of all, Worldcon was great. I really enjoyed Glasgow. I enjoyed going to Glasgow when the whole city was not covered under, a whole freaking multiple feet of snow, which is what happened the last time I was there for a World Debate Championship back in 2001, I think. So it had been 23 years since I'd been to Glasgow, but it was great. I really, really enjoyed the city. I really liked, I have to say, the first day that we were there, I guess the first morning we were there to be more accurate, we went and ended up getting breakfast there. And had these first of all, 2 things, okay? First of all, the scones. These scones were outrageous. Hey, Drew, good to see you, man. These scones were, and by the way, thank you to the community D&D crew for putting on some excellent sessions while I was gone. Really appreciate that. Those were a little bit delayed because I was away, but they are now up on my YouTube, so you can check those out. Very good stuff. Long live Tam. Long live Tam. Tam for life. Hashtag Tam for life. Anyway, so just the breakfast, good food, all that stuff. But here's what the things that I want to note. The scones were outrageous. Like, okay, so I don't know how many of you have had scones, okay? But typically in the States anyway, the scones that you get tend to be fairly dry. And I still kind of like the taste, but they're definitely not what you would call, they're not moist, okay? They're not, they're sort of, dry and a little bit, have a lot of water on hand, that type of thing. This scone that we had that first day was like just melt in your mouth good. It was spectacular. They had cinnamon apple. They had one that was like just plain. They had one that was, I think, orange or whatever. It was tremendous. And one thing that they did not have to do is they didn't have to fake you out by throwing freaking raisins and everything. Occasionally there were raisins, okay? But you could see them from a mile off. They weren't trying to hide it and be like, oh, here's a scone for you, and then hand it over to you and like, blah, turds. It was absolutely delicious. That was super good. The second thing, yeah, Helena, sure. The second thing was this stuff called Millionaire Shortbread. Now, Millionaire Shortbread, essentially, it's shortbread, which I like anyway, with a layer of caramel, but like very soft caramel, not toffee, chewy, like just delicious caramel, followed by a layer of chocolate. Like, it was like they made this in the lab for me. Like, it was constructed in a lab for Arv to like. It was delicious. Like, it was freaking amazing. Really good. So that just by itself was amazing. And let me tell you, the people in Glasgow know how to do desserts. And I had to be careful not to overdo the desserts because, oh my goodness, they were very, very delicious. So I really enjoyed that about Glasgow. I really enjoyed going to the Scottish Events Campus to be able to be part of Worldcon. I was on 2 panels there, and I did a reading, and I did a really kind of a group book launch, and then I did a signing, and I did 2 panels. One of the panels was very small. It was basically about franchising your IP. That was there were maybe 6, 7 people in the room, very, very small. The other one, though, was packed. The content creators one was probably 55 or 60 people in a room that pretty much only seated that many. I mean, it was pretty much full up. And that was really interesting. And of course, you'll be surprised to hear that Twitch played a prominent role. I mentioned all of you multiple times in this. So that was very, very cool. Hey, what's up, Tim Coolish? Good to see you. So I really enjoyed that too. And so that was great. I got to do the signing. I had a couple people came by and signed books and bought books from me. And had a chance to chat and catch up with some people. I of course saw Emily there, which was great. I saw Ballsteg there. I also saw Joyce Chung, who has been on our channel before, in Hearts of Wulin. So I had a chance to see that, to see Joyce. That was good. I also had a chance to see our very own Prince Justin. And for those of you who did not see this, Prince Justin has now won 2, count them 2, Hugos, but one of them is just Prince Justin's lonesome best fan writer for Hugo. And after what Prince Justin has been through over the last couple of years, this was so satisfying. Paul, first of all, was doing amazing stuff with photography, and I even got a really great photograph. I'll try to show it if I can, from Prince Justin. That was really cool. But it was just so great to see him get that Hugo. And as I've mentioned many times, I was privileged enough and honored enough to receive several reviews from Paul, and one of them came, of course, most recently for Heretic, during which Paul also did this whole review of the trilogy as an entire group as a whole. And it was an extremely good review, just super, super well written. And I was so happy to see this recognition come Paul's way. Well deserved. And so, so we have yet another Hugo Award winner. So as I've said, hang around this channel long enough, people, and Hugos will come your way. It was just amazing. That was great. I got a chance to meet a lot of the other Athos Arts folks as well, which was super cool. Some of whom were there for various things. Some of whom were, I met, I had met a little bit. One person I had met at Gen Con, met again at Worldcon and everything. But that was cool to be able to meet with them. The group book launch was very cool too, with a group of other people that were launching books, and I was able to talk about Heretic, which had come out in the last couple of weeks. So that was super cool. Yes, and the best fanzine for Nerds of a Feather, which is also, I've been honored enough to get a review from Nerds of a Feather for Renegade last year. So Worldcon was really great, and I got to bring the family with me. So that was awesome. Really just sort of sharing time with them. We did one of the hop on, hop off buses where we were able to kind of drive around Glasgow. So it was really great. I really enjoyed that. Then we took a train, which, to be clear, although it's a little confusing, I had to get onto the train. Maybe I'll get into this more when I talk more about this next week. But it was quiet, and it was silent and fast. It was super impressive. And then we got down to Oxford. Now I'm here to tell you, I liked London, although I've been in a big city. I moved out of a big city. I'm kind of good with big cities. I'm glad that I did London, but I don't feel like I need to go rushing back there. I've done the big city thing. I'm glad you did, Tim Coolish. That was, it's been a busy few weeks. My God, I forgot. That was not long ago, actually. So I liked London. I liked Glasgow quite a bit. Oxford, I could see myself living in Oxford. I really, really liked Oxford. My wife and I both did. In fact, the whole family did. Because it's this place where every place you look, there's a surprise. You walk anywhere and it's like an alleyway, or there's a spire visible through, the clouds, or you turn left and around this building are 2 more big clock towers, or it's just amazing. Plus the vibe of the place, again, the whole constructed in a lab for me. I mean, it's a college town, which I love. It's all kinds of university stuff. And of course, Professor Tolkien, C.S. Lewis, Oscar Wilde, just on and on and on and on. It was amazing. I absolutely loved Oxford. And of course, the highlight for me was getting a chance to go and see Professor Tolkien's grave. I took a picture, multiple pictures, of course, and I will show some of those probably next week when I have my pictures assembled. But that was super special. For those of you who don't know, Tolkien on his grave has both himself and his wife Edith, but they are also listed as Beren and Luthien. And Beren and Luthien. Thank you, Mrs. Dunsel. Thank you for the 68 months. 68. Thank you so much, Mrs. Dunsel. It's good to see you. And thank you so much for the resub. I appreciate that. Thank you. So it was like, it was. Oh, thank you, Tim Coolish. The 7 total months too. Thank you so much, Tim Coolish. I appreciate it. Thank you, everybody. It was just. So anyway, I was talking about Beren and Luthien. So Beren and Luthien, for those of you not familiar, Beren was a mortal man. Luthien was an elf who gave up her immortality so she could be with this person that she met, with whom she had fallen in love. It's a very powerful tale that's told in The Lord of the Rings as this sort of legendary tale. And Tolkien always viewed himself as Beren and his real life wife, Edith, as being kind of his Luthien. It was beautiful, and so that's written on the tombstone. It's marked on the tombstone. It was extremely special to me, getting the opportunity to be in the presence of, I shared less than a year on the planet with him. I was born in 1972. He passed away in 1973 before I turned a year old. And so I only shared the planet for about a year. But what a privilege to be able to see the grave, to be able to say some words, and to think some thoughts and some prayers. It was very special to me. And then that night, you'll be happy to know, when we came back to the place where we were staying, I was able to rig up something, and we got to watch the animated version of The Hobbit. So this is the one from like the late 70s, Rankin Bass edition and stuff. We were able to watch the animated version, which neither of my children had ever seen. And I saw a lot when I was a kid. But again, it was in Oxford, and it just fit. I absolutely loved Oxford. I really fell in love with it. And what a great place. Super cool. That was worth it on its own. If I had gone to nothing else but that, it would have been worth it for that. But that wasn't all. Because then we ended up going to London. We went to Clapham, and we got to do a bunch of things. Now, again, I'll show pictures of this. Isn't that great? I love that. The soundtrack, and the road goes ever on. It was Glenn Yarborough who had this very heavy vibrato. When you think that you are gone. It was great. You never say hello. But yeah, I love the Rankin Bass version. Anyway, I got a chance when we first got to London. We got a chance to go see a production of Much Ado About Nothing at Shakespeare's Globe. And that was also right up there as a highlight. Like, I mean, it's built near where the original Globe was, but it is built exactly like the original Globe was. And I got to watch Much Ado About Nothing in what is as close as I would ever get to Shakespeare's Globe. It was like very powerful, very moving, amazing. I teach that play every year. It was great. The kids it was great. And then we met Fleo's there, and Fleo's his wife. And then we went back to the place in Clapham, and we ended up meeting everybody else from the Buy the Dice Roll crew. We met Darksaber 2K. I met Peripheral Mike, Wholesome Horror Gaming there. We ended up meeting Pyron Jade, who was there. Later on, I ended up meeting Tari Tunes. Tari Tunes can confirm. I ended up meeting, and also Tari Tunes' boyfriend, who is Ilnaranen on here. I also got to meet Effect Life. Effect Life came over. I got to meet Classicor, who came over as well. One of the members of Wholesome Horror Gaming's community, Ash, actually recorded our D&D event as well, so I got to meet him. So I met a lot of the Arvanauts, and we have a picture that we put up, I believe, in the Discord that shows you a bunch of the European Arvanauts. And that obviously was a huge highlight, getting a chance to spend time with all of them, to be able to meet them face to face. Unfortunately, we were not able to meet, and then Ananda, I should say, as well. Ananda then came the next day on Saturday, so we got to also meet Ananda, who's an incredibly kind person. The only person that we were missing, sadly, was Undeveloped Bruce, who wasn't able to make it because of an issue of kenneling their dog. So we will see Bruce, soon. We're planning on, there may be another event like this that will happen in the future. That was too bad that we were not able to see Bruce, but we were able to see everybody else, and it was amazing. The event itself was great. The event itself took place at the Omnibus. Again, I had already seen Emily and Ballsteg in Glasgow, but they came down for this London event, so they were also in the audience. For those of you who watched the live stream, and I know there were a number of you, it was like a very great responsive audience. The theater was great, and it was like super special. It was a wonderful session. It went really well. The party was great. By the dice roll was great. It was great. Like I can't say anything else other than just it was really a special, warm, joyful experience all the way around. And it was great to be able to do that and then to talk to everybody afterwards during the after party. And then I had a chance to hang out again with Emily and with Ballsteg and with Effect Life the next morning at brunch, and then talk some publishing shenanigan stuff with Emily and Ballsteg. And it was great. Just wonderful. I had just an absolutely amazing time with that whole thing. Then they had to leave, which was sad, that people had to leave and go back their separate ways. That was definitely bittersweet. I did get to spend a little more time with Tari and with Tari's boyfriend. We got to spend more time with them, which was cool. And that was nice. We got to get dinner and so on before they had to leave as well. But it was just, all of these people are amazing people, and I was so glad to meet all of them, and I'll be happy to talk more about that at a later point, probably next week. So that was great. And then we had a chance to do a little bit of sightseeing. We went around. We went to the London Eye, this enormous Ferris wheel, which I'll admit was a little nerve-wracking. Like, it was high, y'all. It's like twice the size of the Seattle Ferris wheel. It was big. But it gave us incredible views. We were watching, we got a chance to see the Parliament building, Westminster Abbey, the museum. We saw Buckingham Palace, like just super amazing chance to see all of that. Big Ben, of course. All of that was awesome. And then we got a chance to actually see more of that. And then we got our last day before we left. We had this awesome Shakespearean actor as a guide who brought us to a lot of the old theater areas in London and talk about like Shakespeare's London from a theater perspective. So like the theaters that were built and the ones that he would have been familiar with. We didn't get a chance to see like some of the court theaters, but like the private theaters, which I had done a lot of my own, academic research on. But the public theaters and where they were was great. And she was great. She was very engaging and like very invested. And, it was a lot of walking. Like I walked a lot. The soles of my shoes, they were like it was a lot of walking, a lot of steps. And my kids were both troopers, as they were doing it. But it was still, with all that said, it was really an awesome time in London. And then we came back. We made it back. And today was Porch Fest. Right here, as you can see, in my hometown. And so we hosted a couple of bands, and that was really a great experience today. So tomorrow I'm taking another day to basically just kind of gradually recover and read and relax and all that. And then next week I'll be catching up with like emails and projects and other things I have to do, because the week after that I go back to school and the fall will be upon us. So it was a great experience. I'm going to definitely do more, talk more about this with pictures and everything next week, but it was a wonderful trip. I really feel extremely fortunate that we were able to have it. And I think, trying to see, I'll show you one thing. When I was in Oxford, I happened upon Boswell's Booksellers that has a local fantasy and science fiction. Hey, what's up, Kalpnath? Yes, we are going to start the game in just a minute. I'm just chatting a little bit about Gen Con about Worldcon and my experience in the UK, because I haven't had a chance to talk about it. So now I'm going to do that. Oh, fireworks. I was like, what the heck is that? So when I was in Boswell's, they have a fantasy science fiction and like graphic novel store and stuff like that. And I ended up picking up this, and I will fully admit that I picked this up at least initially because of the cover. Like I saw it and I was like, ooh. And then I ended up reading it. It is called The Making of Middle-earth. But first of all, check out that cover. I mean, The Making of Middle-earth, Worlds of Tolkien and the Lord of the Rings by Christopher Snyder. And then the back, like, absolutely freaking gorgeous. And then the inside of it is heavily illustrated, right? Like all kinds of like maps and illustrations about the sort of the roots of various Tolkien mythos. And going through it, like, you know, The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings and the Silmarillion and some of Tolkien's academic work. Super, super useful for me as well, because I teach Lord of the Rings, of course, every year, and I'm going to be teaching it in the fall. But just a beautiful book. And also, you know, discusses even a little bit the Rings of Power and stuff like that. So I was very happy to get this book. Again, I don't get that many physical books anymore, because again, you have to transport them everywhere and whatever. But occasionally one is going to stand out, and like for this thing is just, I couldn't resist it. Like it was super cool. And it's not an incredibly, I mean, it has academic resources, obviously, but it really is more, I think, set for a general audience. And very, very interesting stuff. Like, for example, I did not know, obviously, Tolkien is a you know, spectacular linguist, right? He's known for his languages. And what I did not realize is that every time I think I understand some of the depths of Tolkien's understanding of language, I'm reminded of something else about this. So let me see if I can find this page. Yeah, here we go. The names of the Rohirrim. Okay, so this is something which I didn't know about before, which is that the names of the Rohirrim. So when Éowyn, is a little bit of a spoiler, but Éowyn at one point, the warrior woman, shield maiden of Rohan, goes against the will of her king Theoden and comes with them to fight in the Battle of Pelennor Fields to try to save Minas Tirith, and disguises herself because she's tired of always being left at home, and she is a shield maiden and a great fighter and blah, blah, blah. I won't tell you what happens there, but I will say, if you haven't read it, please do. Lord of the Rings, wonderful book, my favorite book ever. Favorite series ever. The name that she takes on herself is called Durnhelm. What I didn't realize is that the English translation of Durnhelm is Helmet of Secrecy. And like there are multiple things like that. Grima, which is the full name of, is the chosen name of Grima Wormtongue. Wormtongue is Saruman's servant who basically poisons the mind of Theoden, but he was himself one of the Rohirrim. His first name was Grima. Grima, the translation for Grima is mask. Like, Isengard, which is where Saruman lives, is known as Iron Yard, and so on and so on. So cool. And there's a lot of information like that that's found throughout this book, which has been really helpful. And of course, a lot of it I know, but some of it I did not. And it was just interesting to see it summarized in this interesting way. So that was super cool. I really, really liked that. And do I have, oh yes. And I'll show you all one other thing that I got. I think you'll appreciate this. Now, you all know about the kukuri, right? It is the item which you can see on the front cover of this book. That's my character Greyshade, and that is a kukuri, and that is the blade that is his main weapon that he uses throughout the books. It is based loosely on a kukri, which is originally an Indian weapon, right? So, when I was in Oxford, also known as Brooklyn Tower. Yeah, I know. That's amazing. When I was in Oxford, I came across in this one place something which I could not resist. Again, because of the I don't know, the ghosts, the things around there. Now, this is a replica, okay? Well, actually, no, let me take that back. Let me show it before I give it away. Okay? If you look on this side, okay, so here's this. If you look on this side, See these little mini knives, right? Very cool. Throwing knives. And this is an actual kukri. Now, this kukri is not sharpened. Kalbnath, I will start the game when I choose to. So if you want to bail, I totally understand. But I haven't streamed myself in about 3 weeks, and I'm catching people up. Okay, please don't demand stuff. This is this is a kukri. This weapon is blunt, which is how I would just put it on my checked luggage. But this thing is essentially what I modeled, right? What I modeled the kukuri on. And I couldn't resist it. It has something to do, again, with like, maybe it's just vibes, I don't know, with just like the feel of it, the sort of quality of it. But it just, I don't know how to explain it. I just saw it and I'm like, this thing is, and the sheath is awesome too. Like, you know, so I just, man, I have to get a display stand because I have now 3 swords total. I have a curved elven blade, which is blunt. I have this, which is blunt, and I have a katana, which is not blunt, which I keep piece bound like with ribbons multiple times and everything because I don't want to think. But it is absolutely great stuff. There's the handle. Now, again, this is not, I don't want to make any claim that this is like, this is directly from the Indian pub. It was made. It's a replica, but it is functional though. And it's weighted. It really is like a dagger it's a combination between a dagger and a short sword. And if this thing, if you look at videos of this, you can throw a kukri. You can literally throw it. And the weight of this thing, you would be in big trouble if you got hit by this. I'm just going to say that. Like you would be in big trouble. But again, this is, as I say, blunt. But I couldn't resist it. It just felt too, I don't know, something about the vibes, the moment sort of spoke to me. So you're fighting someone like with this, and then this thing. These little mini daggers. Very, very cool. So anyway, and then that is the belt sheath. That's the belt loop, I should say. That, if it were on my leg, would be like this, sort of holding it. So, yeah. So that is a kukri. Yeah, thank you. That is one that I would have to, and then there were just like the rest of this stuff I'm going to show on Thursday. I got an art book from Tari, which is amazing. I got this piece of art that Mike gave for all of us who were in the Saltmarsh campaign as part of the Buy the Dice Roll group. It's just amazing. So I will show more of that. This is the thing. The balance is really nice. The balance is really nice because you feel the heft of it, right? And so if you were like doing this, that would not be, but the slashing motion, right? The cutting motion. And the thing is, this is not going to break, right? If you will block anything with this, except a certain weapon in the book, but you're going to have to find out what that is. But you will block any weapon with this. Like, this is a strong blade. And I don't know if you can see, but you've got this thing here, this little notch. See if I can get that zoomed in. There it is. That notch right there, which could be used to catch and turn a blade and like disarm. Just like, yeah. So it's super cool. It's super, super cool. I really, this was just something that kind of spoke to me. And it wasn't cheap, but it wasn't ridiculous. Again, and it's a replica or whatever, but it just spoke to me. It was just something I was like, I feel like I'm meant to get this at this point in this place. So, yeah, it is definitely not, yeah, it's definitely not like that. But, so anyway, some very, very cool stuff. And it was an amazing trip. And, I will remember it for a long time. And, it was great. So for those of you who watched and those of you who hung around, thank you. Thank you, Triffid. For those of you who hung around with it, thank you. Cause it was awesome. And now it is time for us to do that thing that we have been leading up to. And I'm looking forward to finishing it because if so, I'm going to be able to announce something about our subathon. Because next month, y'all, next month is September. And September is notable for three things for me. One, it is the return to school. I'm back to school in September. It is the beginning of fall. Number two, it is the day of my birthday. I will be turning 52 in September 16th. And number three, it is the month of our subathon. We did our first ever subathon last year, and it was an overwhelming success. It was a super huge success. And I think it's going to be a big success this year too, because of the game we're going to be playing during it. I have not, however, announced this publicly, so I'm going to talk about that after I finish Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, which, speaking of that, it's time for us to play it. So anyway, that was my trip to the UK. I will talk more about that, as I say, on Thursday. I'll do some pictures and things, but super, I love the trip. It was really special, and I'm very excited about what we're looking to do with the channel going forward in the fall. So that's what I did on my summer vacation. And my God, I mean, I went up to Lake Placid with my family in June. I went to Saratoga to watch a jazz festival with my wife and daughter in July. I went to ReaderCon in July. Then we had the bookstore reading. We had the launch of Heretic, the bookstore reading. And then we had Gen Con, which was awesome and amazing with the Gen Con Writers Symposium, and we had the live D&D event there. And then we went to the UK and had Glasgow, Oxford, London, visiting Tolkien's Grave, Worldcon, the D&D event. It was just awesome. So it has been a very busy, and then Porch Fest today, very busy summer, but a very productive, good summer. So anyway, so there we go. And today it is the conclusion of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. And I know this because this is literally the last, freaking, the last battle are there. Wait, what? What do you mean my monthly games? View details. What details? Oh, really? I don't care about Five Nights at Freddy's. Oh, I heard about Ender Lilies. Included with my PlayStation Plus subscription, huh? All right, I'm not going to do that, but I'm going to put a note down. You're the age that I was when I started watching you. I don't know whether to find that add games from PlayStation Plus. I don't know whether to be like, feel like, oh, good, or to feel super old. But when I hear that, Drew, I'm literally conflicted. I'm like, like very conflicted. That's awesome though. Okay. Here we go, people. It's the end of the world, as they say. The final battle. All right, get ready for a lot of cutscenes. Get ready for a lot of stuff. We are as prepared as I think we can be. Get the final battle. Begin. Wait. Okay, good. Nothing there. All right, here we go. Okay, don't fall off the edge. That would...
Oh, planet and its faithful stewards, please, lend me your strength. I know I'm doing this wrong. You'll never taught me how to pray. Please, as the last word in setback, I may never learn. All I want is one thing. To keep the others safe. They mean so much to me. So please, tell me how to do that. I'm begging you.
Oh boy. Out of the way, Whispers. I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing here. Oh my god. But the future refused to change? Oh, no! Okay. Yes, sort of went on a date. Kind of. Oh, I met some people today who happen to be close friends with the voice actor for Tifa. They're like, yeah, they do this Final Fantasy game. You know the character Tifa? I'm like, yes, I do know the character Tifa. Oh my god. But he blocked it, though. Wow. I wondered.
Aerith! Don't weep. Your tears are empty. Just like you.
Cloud, it's okay.
Aerith.
I'll kill you!
Aerith!
Weird alternate stuff going on here.
And so it begins. A confluence of worlds and emotions. Loss, chief among them. It engulfs fleeting moments of joy, transforming them into rage, sadness, hatred. Never have I felt them so keenly. I got this. see the truth with such clouded eyes.
Shut up!
After all, you're just a puppet.
Heads up!
Oh, wait, whoa.
It's on you.
You good to go? Good luck.
I got it. Don't overdo it.
Here I go.
Wait, why am I with Yuffie?
You're not getting out of this one alive. Giving it my all.
Okay. I need to.
How about you shut up, Lisa?
Do I not have assess on anybody? God damn it. I want to assess people.
Got your amulet. Watch yourself.
Hang back.
Somebody have assess? Nobody has assess? Interesting music here, by the way. Hair is still on point.
All right, it's your up. You're in good hands now.
Here it comes.
Do me proud. Let's go. Gotcha. There.
Taking over. You've done it before. And do it again.
Okay.
Let's do this. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Why is Yuffie still here? With all respect, Yuffie.
Stay strong.
Of course.
All right.
Deal with that.
I really need Barrett because I need someone to assess, and I don't know why I don't have assess here.
Hang back.
I'm in.
Okay.
Do me proud.
Bring it. Deal with that.
You're in good hands now.
Okay.
Good to go. All set.
Ow.
Keep it together.
Let's
Okay. Yeah, those wings are something else. The classic. Falling while fighting.
You good?
Better than that.
Okay.
It's gonna be in a few minutes.
Got that right.
Oh, shoot.
You could have warned me.
Okay.
Here's what you want.
Okay, good stuff.
There, come on.
Not a moment pursuit.
Okay.
Your turn now.
How's this?
Okay.
Good luck.
It's down.
Still in.
Come on. You wouldn't have mind,
I got
would you?
this. Come on. Here.
Okay.
Stay strong.
Happy to be of service. I just need a moment.
Okay. Dive kick on the right wing. Damn it.
Be ready for it now. Honestly.
Oh, let's go. Here. Yeah, bingo. Come on.
Okay.
Don't give up. Stand away. Bear it.
Cripple the white ring.
I got it right where I want it. Asshole!
Oh, this is cool. Alright. Finally, I can freaking assess it. Jeez. Calamity from the stars that fell into a deep slumber after its conflict with the Cetra, newly awakened through the grace of black robe sacrifice, seeks to seep its way into the life stream and bring about the end. I can't read it. Great. It's lesser resistant to snow and wind. Alright, it's good to know.
Get
Whoops.
this show on the road.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Gotcha. Dinner time. Sick of it.
I'm counting on you.
Okay. Limit fire in the hole. Wing.
This one right here is for the planet.
Okay.
Leave it to me.
Alright,
Go for it.
Need my help, do you? Asshole!
okay.
Check out this shit right here.
Watch out, you guys.
Nice.
It's coming your way, Yuffie.
Been waiting for this.
Oh god, Yuffie? Alright, well.
It's on you.
Here I go. You got it, man. But not the time to be on the team, right?
Hasn't been born.
You can say that again. It's
All right.
been a real trip.
Come on. Give me limit break. There we go.
Deal with that.
Okay, all right.
Time to get started.
Okay. Hey, what's up? If it isn't Hugo award-winning Prince Justin. What's up, Prince Justin?
Yeah.
I'm coming in hot!
Mind if we drop in? Because we thought we'd swing by.
Wow.
Ready?
Nice.
Y'all ready to close it out in style?
Long as you guys can keep up.
Ladies and gentlemen, hold on.
Soldier Moogle class. Okay. Like what I see.
With me.
Okay.
Good try.
Okay.
Keep it together. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Don't overdo it. Leave it to me.
Okay. All right.
What does your future hold? Clear me. Leave it to me.
Oh shoot, that wasn't what I meant to do. That's what I meant to do.
All right. My turn.
Okay. Ow.
I got it.
Sorry, I can't focus too much on chat. Okay, let's see.
in for the count.
Okay.
Deal with that.
Let's go, Mega Magic Box. That's right. What? Okay, I'll take it.
With me.
Okay.
It's on you.
Using ATB. Thank you.
You're coming out. Counting on you.
Don't take it personally, all right?
All right.
I got you.
Okay.
No more wedding night.
After you.
I'm getting great.
Gotta give it my all.
Okay. Got him. Let's go. Woo! Let's go, baby. What's up, Rising Tides? Good to see you, man. I hope all is well. And yes, Hugo Award-winning Prince Justin is here.
White, as far as the eye can see.
Hey, anybody there?
How about that? Well, nice to see you too. So, I hear you've been pretty busy. Go!
Ah, interesting.
Zach? How's about we save the catching up for later?
Yep.
Sephiroth!
Interesting.
Klaus, you ready for this?
You all ready for
Yeah.
this? Do do
All
do
right.
do 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 do.
Follow my lead. Look at you take.
Press square to slash with the Buster Sword. Hold the button to launch enemies in the air, bring crash down. Charge up power with the triangle to enhance the chain slash and meteor show abilities up to level 3. Okay.
Brace yourself. My turn. What the hell happened to you? Soldier, how can you turn your back on everything we stand for?
Easily.
Right. As long as you get what you want, who cares who gets hurt? Is that it? You really got it coming.
Ooh, this is bad.
Take it over.
No, 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 not you, you clown.
This'll do the trick. My turn. Deal with that. Bringing out the big guns. Take it over.
Rage. My weakness. It's almost endearing. I'll kill you.
Cloud.
Okay.
Good goal, patched up. Damn. I got this.
Okay. Yeah, I never played Crisis Core though.
Here it comes. Let's bring it home.
Oh, hey.
Great minds. Here goes nothing.
Okay.
Now's our chance. Bring it out the big guns. My turn. I'll be good.
Just as worlds unite, so too do they part.
Uh-oh.
Cloud, save her.
Cloud! Oh. I mean, Cloud! Somebody! Somebody!
Alone at last. Shall we?
Oh, jeez. Dang. Well, shoot. Sephiroth Reborn. Okay. It seems bad. I'll admit. I'm a little.
Don't care how big you get. I'm not backing down. I'm finishing this. Try this.
Okay.
Now.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Oh my god. What? There's a lot going on here. Okay. Ow. That hurt. Okay.
Gotcha.
Ow. Okay.
Come on.
Okay. All right. Woo! Yeah, Sephiroth is explaining some things. He's exploring something. Really use that limit break. Ow, 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 ow.
Let's dance, asshole.
Let's dance, asshole. That's a good one. Yeah, buddy.
Let's finish this. No more.
Okay.
It's over.
Okay. Sephiroth looks like he went to Michael's. Meanwhile.
Any sign?
Maybe the Whispers got him.
You think they took him somewhere?
Look out! Sephiroth.
Could have been worse. He could have gone to Jared's.
This one's for Aerith.
This is bad! This is very bad!
Come on, we gotta take out Bahamut.
Okay. Alright, evolved version of Bahamut is formed by the Whispers. Bring its overwhelming might to bear, it annihilates all those who oppose it as well as the very fates by which they are bound. Unable to read, it looks like it's immune to everything. That's great. Outstanding. I couldn't tell you how happy that makes me. Ow.
I know you can do it.
Let him have
Oh, Giga Flare. Shit. Yeah, bad. Yeah, very bad. Okay, I really need more. Right.
All set.
Now, take out the wings.
I got it. Let me take care of those wings for you. Bring it.
Okay,
Take that.
You like
okay.
Bring it.
All right.
Give them hell, okay?
to the laneway.
Okay.
It's up to you.
Give them what's coming to them.
How about it?
I can end this. Come on. You're up.
Bring it back like that.
The wings are healing it.
Jump on it, asshole! Possible. Nicely done.
Okay, good.
Time to take out the other.
Don't you dare stop now.
Okay. Let's go. Phoenix time, summon ability.
Now this is the part.
Hey, how are ya?
All set.
I'll fight tooth and claw for you.
Need my help, do you?
Ow.
I got
Got limit breaks for them. Why can't I? Okay, limit break.
Anyone else think we should
All right.
flip the big lad's wings?
Won't be nothing left for you without
Okay. Go with this one.
No one messes with hell.
Let me handle this. You're up.
Yeah, I'll do it. Kiss my ass.
All right.
Got enough.
Cripple the left wing. Defeated Bahamut Arisen Whisper. That's a good sign, I think. Oh, geez. Meantime, Zach.
Aerith?
Oh, okay. This seems bad.
What in the hell is going on?
It's a good question.
Embrace your dreams. And
Interesting.
whatever happens, protect your honor as a soldier.
Okay.
Let's settle this once and for all.
Okay.
This is gonna stay. I don't know my own strength.
Pressured. Okay.
Brace yourself.
Ow.
Gotcha.
Okay. Synergy abilities. Okay.
Watch him learn. Got him.
Nice. So we're fighting him in two alternate worlds at once, I think.
Yeah, you feel that?
Fire DNA in the womb.
He's rebuilding himself.
Then we keep fighting.
Hey,
Bring it
go
in.
ahead, here's looking pretty.
How many even smashed it?
We've got to take out the barrier. It's those stupid wings.
Check out this shit right here. Give 'em hell.
All right, ready? You're
Okay, we gotta get those wings, I guess.
Don't let me down.
Bring it home.
Good to go?
Okay.
Got a whole heap of land with your name on it.
You won't regret this.
I'm not entirely sure what I'm supposed to be fighting
We've
yet.
got to take out the barrier. It's those stupid wings.
So I guess she's trying to be aiming at the wings? I don't... I don't know what I really am not 100% sure I know what I'm supposed to be at.
Good to go?
Because when you say, like, Yuffie really helps, it makes me think that, like...
No escape. Ready?
I'm your one-stop shop right now.
The element on the wings and Yuffie's ninjutsu element. But I don't know what element is on the wings, do I? Ow. Okay, hang on. I need to assess.
It's those stupid wings.
Gotta fight.
Alright, a resurrected being who now wields unimaginable might, commands the abilities of Arbiters of Fate, seeks to pierce through the layers of existence and reunite fragmented space-time. He shall rule over the planet and create eternity. Unable to read. Color and what it's doing is your only indicator? So blue is fire?
Regret this. Crackling hot.
Is that...
Get 'em. We've got to take out the barrier.
So now it's wind. Fire to counter. It's wind, so fire to counter. Now it's fire, so ice maybe?
We've got to take out the barrier.
Ice, ice, ice. Okay, that's fire, so now ice. That's ice, so that's got to be fire now. Ow, ow, ow. Ow. Okay, so now that's got to be fire ninjutsu.
We've got to take out the barrier.
Okay, so that's lightning, which is weak to wind. Problem is, I gotta shoot it at the freaking... No, this is the wrong one. I've gotta figure out what purple is. I gotta figure out what purple is.
We've got to take out the barrier.
Okay. Alright, so that's poison, so maybe lightning? It's green is lightning? So wait, green is wind? Okay. Oh. Tremendous timing. Now that's ice.
Someone need a rest? Here I go.
Okay, let's see. Ow. Okay, that's fire now. Okay. Okay, that's purple is wind, so lightning. Oh wait. Wait, purple, so purple is lightning, which means okay. Okay. Overfang. Ooh, that did a lot.
Ready?
Triple the core.
Hey there, jerk face.
Nothing's gonna stop us.
Let's show him what we're made of.
Oh jeez.
Think this is funny?
Octoslash. Yeah, let's go.
Y'all about to see one hell of a light show. This is now, kiss my ass.
Don't let me down.
Okay.
Need my help, do you?
Shoot. Heartless Angel is bad.
Don't let me down, y'all.
Okay. Barrett has kicked a lot of ass in this fight.
You and Sue me. I'm your one-stop progress shop.
Come on, come on, come on. Alright.
Let's go and wake the beast.
Snap out of it.
Okay.
You gotta be kidding me. He still ain't dead.
There you are. Sephiroth!
Woo! Until I get to Sephiroth reborn. Whoa.
Let's end this. Together.
I must admit, I underestimated you.
What's up, Echo?
I saw you back there.
Maybe later. This ain't over.
Right. Okay, let's finish this.
It's on you.
So it's my turn?
Okay. Sephiroth! I was waiting for that. Sephiroth! Sephiroth!
Don't think I can figure out.
You will.
Stop it!
Ow.
Hang back.
Come on!
Or is it all just a fever dream?
Don't even bother. That shit won't work on me. Not anymore. Don't overdo it.
I'm coming!
Really use the heal.
Now.
That's it! I'll show you what I can do. Can you take over for me?
Ow. Ow again.
How can you watch this, Sephiroth?
Use ATB.
One more shot!
Okay.
It's your turn.
Let's do this.
Ow.
Any last words?
Okay. Firework blade.
Aaron!
Let's go.
I'll take care of them. And yes! This one's for you!
Okay. Ow.
I gotta deal with that.
Back to good now. Get him! One more shot!
Okay.
This is how you roll.
Taking over. Tri's on you.
Go on! That's it! You can do it!
I got it. Take the lead.
I'll show you what I can do.
So slow, so slow. Okay, thank you, thank you, thank you. Been nice if I'd had that before, but I will take it.
Okay. Can you take over?
Hang back.
I'm coming! This one's for you!
Okay.
Stay strong, okay? You can do it!
Let's do this.
Ow.
So it's my turn?
Okay. Sorry I can't concentrate on chat. I am it's a little bit hairy right now.
I'd keep my distance if I were you.
That wasn't near enough.
Proud.
All right.
Lend me your strength. One more shot. Keep up the pressure.
Watch
okay?
this.
Come on.
Don't stop now.
Right. My turn. Cloud,
On it.
here it comes.
Shall I sever your fate?
Could have been better.
10 out of 10. I beg of you, shield them from harm.
My turn.
Okay.
Deal with that.
Here goes.
This music, of course, as usual, is just absolutely off the chain.
Let's do this.
Stop it!
Shall I sever your fate? Nothing personal. Darkness falls.
I did get him for a lot of that.
There's no fear
Okay.
Okay. You've got this. I won't let you down.
Keep it together.
I'll take care of them.
Beg for forgiveness.
Damn it.
Hang back. Deal with that.
Take a chance here.
Together we can do this.
Going all out.
Okay, let's see.
Let's dance, asshole.
He was immune to that? This is very bad. Jesus!
I should probably heal up first. This one's for you.
Come on.
Stop it!
Let's do this.
Okay, okay.
You ready?
Okay, I hate to do this, but
Let's take him down. Leave it to me. Try this. Your end is nigh.
what's up, Dragon Spear? Okay.
Bring it.
I'll show you what I can do. This one's for you.
Okay.
Keep it up. It's your turn.
Hang back.
Ow.
Time to dig deep.
So it's my turn?
Okay, I need. Okay, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Bless them with your love and grace.
Shall I give you despair?
Why don't you lead the way? It's your turn.
Okay.
Don't overdo it.
I'll take care of
Gotta
them.
give it my all.
Okay.
Stay strong, okay?
Okay, come on. You can do it.
Why don't you lead the
Let's
way?
do this.
The end is nigh. That seems bad.
Back to good now.
Okay. Really use ATV here.
Here it comes! One
Okay.
more shot. Stay strong and carry on.
My turn.
Try backing off a bit. Let's end this, Cloud.
All right.
Let's go.
Why is he laughing?
Because he knows this isn't over.
Oh my god. You mean in the middle of the fight that I just did? Illness?
Ready? Everybody's waiting.
Oh, okay. Woo! Oh my god. That's crazy, Illness.
We got him. So this is it, huh? Time to say goodbye. For now. See ya!
Seriously. That was a wild boss fight. A wild series of boss fights.
Aerith. Wake up.
Alternate universes in which different results happen. Yeah, seriously.
Can't stay here forever. We'd best get moving.
Yep. Sounds good.
I'll see you off.
So he has connection to another alternate version of her or something. I mean, from the alternate world. But now, because that connection that was made, only he can see her. Maybe?
Tifa. Come on.
I have to admit, you were quite the man.
Who, me? I guess not. Anyway, you haven't seen Viceroy Saruf, have you? He failed to show at an important event. Made us look like fools.
Maybe he wouldn't have, if you'd spent some money on that set.
Ah, you're probably right. Rich kids do like things just so. Still got results, though, even without him. Resistance elements are more fired up than ever.
You know, Glenn, I'm on to you. This war's nothing but a ploy to distract me from Sephiroth.
How very astute. Regardless, the plan is already in motion. Our promised land will become reality. Our father's dream, accomplished by his son.
I want the real thing, not some imitation.
But an imitation's all you deserve. In the back, just like old times.
Don't know that I fully understand what just happened there. Yeah, the creatures from the planet.
Did I? Nah, I couldn't have dreamt that. It all felt way too real. Just as worlds unite, so too do they part. But who's to say they can't unite again?
Interesting. So there's a world where she survives. Maybe they can be reunited? That's gorgeous. That's a fun theme to be humming.
Can you not raise it just a wee bit higher?
Screw you, cat. How's this? Oh, shit.
Nice catch.
So, what Aerith actually do anyway?
Nope, that was the victory theme, the end credit theme.
And with that, we are cleared for takeoff.
Finally.
It's not fair.
Aerith?
The graphics are just next level. Look at the texture on the pants, the hills.
The hell? The reunion.
Hey, you coming or what?
Yeah, one sec.
You have to promise not to look up.
Don't look up.
Well, now I gotta look.
Fine, but don't let it get to you.
Don't let what get to me?
It's not real. Just an illusion. Now let's go get Sephiroth. He's hiding up north.
North.
Trust me, he is. Soldier's intuition.
Oh, yeah? Better hope you're right.
All right, fine. We trust you. Just remember, we got everything riding on this.
Hope you can find him, Emily.
And that's a load you'd best be ready to carry.
No heavy loads. We're close to capacity as it is.
Don't worry about me. I can handle it.
Take care.
You gonna be okay getting back?
And if I said I wasn't? Don't worry. It's like a second home.
I guess. But what if something happens?
Then I'll send up smoke.
Thanks. I'll keep an eye out.
I'll put everything I've got into my prayers. I'll stop the meteor. And I'll leave the rest to you. Good luck.
Aerith. I will stop Sephiroth. Trust me.
You promise?
Promise.
Walking city streets with worn cobblestones, listening to people rushing past to rhythms all their own.
Goodbye.
Life passing me by, nothing
No promises await at journey's end. Wow.
until I met
Well,
I won't say that it
that was spectacular. Yeah, I can kind of see that. And I still think there's like an alternate universe that's in there too. Thank you, Nonstop. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Good to see you, man. Thank you, thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you, Nonstop. That was spectacular, folks. I mean, that is as good as it gets. I do think I probably deduct a half point from this because I do think there were moments that didn't quite cohere. The Moogle stuff, for example. And it's so, like, there's so much going on. Like, so many things. Like, that are, like, it doesn't quite hold together. That said, this is still like a 9.5 out of 10 for me. What an exceptional game. You know, beautifully constructed. Gameplay is really great throughout. The graphics may be some of the best I've ever seen in any game ever. I mean, like, and it's not just the big cutscenes, it's the subtleties, it's the textures on the fabrics, it's just everything like that. The music, I don't know how much more I can rave about the music. Like, the music is just absolutely off the hook. The combat was extraordinary. I'm pretty proud of myself that I first tried that whole last boss fight, by the way. You know, great customizability, wonderful character work again. Exceptional. I like I say, 9.5 out of 10. Incredible game. And, you know, in the end, we will have spent like 100 and 108 hours on this. First try after 3 weeks off. You're right. That's right. And I did feel good about the combat. Like, I felt like I was playing it well in that. I thought I was playing very well. Also, very good VA from everybody. I was just so good. And yeah, I did notice that they switched it around. Very interesting. And I agree with that idea about the life force, but I still think there's something about alternate universes that Cloud is kind of in a separate universe in which he's sort of in both the universe of the rest of them and also Aerith's universe, and maybe you can reconnect them. It's interesting because you don't know that everyone's gone. You're not 100% sure. Right. The life force is shared. But certainly his attitude is not one of sadness. And so many good side stories. The Dyne stuff was really powerful. Brilliant boss fights. Just as good as it gets. An extraordinary achievement. And, a game that's like, what, $60 for 110 some hours of that? I mean, good God. Might be. They'll have to be careful with how they play that illness because they could piss people off. They have a big plane to land. Boy, as someone who knows something now about finishing a trilogy, and I know what it felt like to land my trilogy, holy crap, do they have a big plane to land in this last one, because they have to deal with the expectations of these first two games and also have to deal with the expectations of the first game, the original Final Fantasy VII. They've got a lot to plan. I mean, so I'm not going to say for sure, because obviously we have, 4 months left, basically, where I could maybe play something that I cannot imagine there's a game that's going to surpass this for me this year, though. This, to me, has got to be a pretty far favorite for the game of the year, just in terms of its impact. Again, I don't know for sure. It has to get Game of the Year consideration in other places, too. Like, I know it's cool these days to be like, I don't really like Final Fantasy because blah, 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 blah. I'm sorry. If you play games, it doesn't mean you have to like this above something else if you like something better. But if you play games, you can't look at this and go, yeah, I don't really think that game's got it going on. Like, yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. And very few, it didn't crash once. Glitches were, it's almost nil. Yes. This is, you know what? It's funny you mention that, Prince Justin. This is a game that if the Hugos are serious, if people are serious about making Hugos with game design actually matter and not just be a lot of text and you pretend to call it a game, then you got to give this consideration. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. And I cannot, again, emphasize enough how good this music is. I know I keep talking about it a lot because I'm a musician myself. The subtleties, the way that it ties into music, that it ties into the story, that it ties into previous versions. Again, it has to, remember, this game's difficult, the difficulty curve on this game, the sort of degree of difficulty is off the charts because it has to somehow surpass the first one, the original. It has to surpass the remake somehow, or at least live up to the expectations of it. It's got to do that without substantially pissing off the first group of people that loved Final Fantasy VII, like me. And it's also got to do that while capturing a new audience. Extraordinary. Thank you, Echo, so much. Yeah, I will scroll up in a minute to see what everyone was saying. Sorry, but I had to be focused, for the last few minutes, last whatever was 25, 30 minutes on that. Again, as I said, this game did not establish an expectation that it failed to meet. And that is high praise. This game did not in any way, there was no situation where I was like, yeah, a game was supposed to do this and it didn't do that. That never happened. The game set up stuff which it consistently delivered on. And that's really impressive. That is not easy to do. Now, yeah, it's a AAA studio. They have a AAA budget. They went all out. But I repeat, they didn't need to do that. They didn't need to. They could have done the last game and this game as just updated graphics. Instead, they expanded, they developed, they asked questions about what a remake is, about what it means to think about nostalgia and popular culture, about have these roles changed and shifted. It asked questions about whether we're bound by fate, about whether we're bound by something else, whether we want to be bound by those things. What would it mean if we were? It does a lot. It talks about jewels. It does a lot. And they didn't have to do that. And I give them all kinds of credit. If you want to talk about, yeah, let's go, Trumpet. If you want to talk about a labor of love, this has got to be that. It's got to be that. Yeah, and we haven't even talked about Queen's Blood, which was freaking amazing. I think easily the best side game in any Final Fantasy game ever. Queen's Blood. Easily. Even the Queen's Blood game had this whole other sub-story to it. Oh man, and Roche, I felt bad about what happened to Roche. Great game. Absolutely tremendous. Oh god, yeah. Completely out of the water. And listen, I love The Witcher 3, but you can get Gwent right on out of here. You compare it to Queen's Blood. I cannot wait for the standalone Queen's Blood. Square has to be listening to that and going, hey, if we want to make some more money. Yeah, exactly. Well, it's like at the end, you feel bad for Roach, right? You're just kind of like, oh my god. Yeah, I will scroll up. I think I did see you say, thank you for sharing this with us over the last 5 months, and you really needed it. I'm glad, Emily. I believe that's what you said. I'll scroll up further on, but I definitely, I'm glad that it felt that way. Again, the numbers on this, the viewer numbers were not high, which I expected because it's a big commitment and also because a lot of people didn't want spoilers. I totally get that. But this is just a game that sort of has to, I usually take that into account a little bit, but in a situation like this, I couldn't. I knew that I had to. It was a game I really had to play. It meant a lot to me to play it. So. Oh, Dredge Iron Rig. Dredge is great too. Yeah, cloud knocking over surfboards. This was a great game. A great game, and I'm excited to share with you what we're going to do for the subathon. So we did manage to finish it before the end of August. Even though I couldn't finish it before I left for the UK, we did manage to finish it for August, which is really great. So, and I am excited. I think you're going to like that game that I have up on that I'll talk about next. Yeah, but worth it, right, Hillness? I mean, this is a console seller, right? The Gran Turismo I love, and that's a console seller for me. Metroid would be a console seller for me because of the sort of value of that series in my life, my existence. But Final Fantasy would be up there as well. Probably the Ultimas, especially the Ultima Underworld, would be something that's like right up there for me as one of those things. And I don't know that I would say that Final Fantasy is my favorite series ever because I do think there are missteps. I don't love each of the games equally. As I told you, I'm not a fan of Final Fantasy VIII. 10 kind of bored me after a while, but so yeah, Dyne was so well done. And it wasn't, again, it's not subtle, but it's beautifully executed, and there's just an intensity of it that really made a difference. So also, this ran smooth as silk on my PS5. Ran beautifully. So speaking of Dyne, there it is. We got so much more intensity with Barrett, We are just about, Dragon. I mean, the credits are finishing up. And then, that's true. The credits are finishing up, and then I'm going to talk about the subathon for September, and I'm going to talk about the game that we're going to be playing. But Super good. I just adored this. Hey, Dragonspear, I met someone today who are good family friends with the voice actor for Tifa. I thought you'd appreciate it. Barrett may not be the focus here. You know, they always put a lot of attention into Aerith. I think there's more that could be done with Tifa. There's probably more to do with Yuffie, although, you know, kind of meh. Some good stuff with Red 13. I could see more there. Kate, Sith, I mean, that has always been a little bit shoehorned to me. I have not, although it is on my list, Echo. I have not, but it is definitely on my list. God, this music. And great world building again. Wow. Music is spectacular. Again, great world building. It's such an epic experience. Like, so many memories of things that happened during the game. Super, super good. Yes. And that'll be interesting. Because again, as we talked about, a lot of this game is about response to trauma. And it's actually well done response to trauma. A lot of this stuff is dead on with what people who are experiencing trauma go through. And different forms and manifestations of that. If they can do something like that in the third one, where they talk about the rebuilding, the healing, the repair, boy, I would love to see them do that. You know, they have enough of a platform now. If they could, in the process of doing the game, also tell a story about healing, about renewal, about repair, it's not an easy story to tell, but if they were to put something in that, they could take a game which is already spectacular, and they could elevate it to one of the great games of all time. If you do something like that and you close out that series, you would put this above a Mass Effect trilogy. You would put this above some of the great games of all time. You know, if they really want to go for it, if they really want to be the greatest game series ever, they have a platform where they could do that if they really try. Yeah. Well, I don't know that I have those connections yet, Dragon, but I will, of course, keep that in mind. I think that I spent, I'm guessing it's going to end up being around 107, 108. And the battle against Vincent, too, was great. Haha. Thank you, Shatter Mage. I would show up as the credits roll. Thank you, Shatter. Good to see you, man. This was, this here. And you got to stick with it because the lore at times threatens to sort of fall apart. You know, the Zack stuff is like, I can imagine people being like, wait, what? Oh, God, and that sequence, too. The whole opera thing, the VR opera was amazing as well. I forgot about that. That was so good in this. Oh, man. That was amazing, too. So many good elements to this game. Yep. That was the only thing that annoyed me, I think, in the game was, there were two things. One was the Moogle stuff, which I still can't believe I finished. That was one thing that annoyed me. The second thing that annoyed me was that one fight where you have to fight the guys in the arena. You got to fight Rude and what's his name, right? And then you have to beat them and then immediately go and fight Rufus and his freaking dog. And, like, that was annoying. That was the one section that I thought was not super well paced. But what did I miss? Everything. Kind of. No, just kidding about that. Once we're done with this, I'm going to talk about the subathon coming next month, and I'm going to talk a little bit about the game that we're going to be playing for that, which I'm super excited about. God, so freaking good. All of these little video clips are just reminding me of how spectacular, how absolutely spectacular this game was. The scope, the size of it, the scale, just good. Yeah, but the wedge section, yeah. Agreed, Helness, yeah. Yeah, the wedge section, the thing is that I agree, that was kind of like, that's low rent humor, like, and obviously I'm not a fan of it, but it also just didn't last very long, so that wasn't as much like, the boss fight and the Moogle stuff is the stuff that overstayed its welcome in my view. So, but yeah. Yeah, but again, like, not perfect, and that's why I said, you know, I put all that together and we're looking at a 9.5. But 9.5 out of 10. It's a great game. Like, if someone were like, okay, what game do I play to understand games as art in an epic sense? So there's many games that you can play that I think have artistic value that are short games, that tell a wonderful, provide an incredible message. But if you want to talk about, give me an epic experience of a story in a game, this is the game. There's lots of different ones you could choose, but this would be one of them. Yeah, Shatter. Absolute condolences. As you know, I mean, I messaged you about this already. It's really hard. It's really hard. And it's one of those things that the only thing I can tell you at sort of that I won't repeat what I said privately, but I'll just say publicly that time does help. Time does help. Yeah. Which is why I didn't want to, which is why I wasn't going to be like, hey, so, but yeah. And that's why we do what we do with ARFCon. It's, you know, it has motivated a lot of my, you know, interest in community organization and involvement, is for that. So, yeah, I'm so sorry. Again, publicly, Shatter, I'm so sorry. It's so hard. It's so hard. I get it. And as I say, time does help. Yeah, of course. And there is progress being made. There are things being done. Wasn't in enough time to save your or my mother, but there is progress being done that has saved literally millions of lives for one reason or another, through prevention, through cure, through you know, extension of life, extension of quality of life, and so on. But yeah, I mean, it's and totally something which should be done. I mean, I totally get why, and you know, my thoughts are, you know, I definitely thought quite a bit about you because this was shortly before, you know, my trip. And so, in fact, I think I was actually the 12th. I think I was actually on the trip, right? Let me see. Yes, I was on the trip. So I saw that and I was like, oh my goodness. Oh yeah, Shatter, don't you know that? Yeah. Yes, my mother, I mentioned that in the message. Yeah, my mother passed away from breast cancer. She was diagnosed, and a few years later, passed away of complications related to breast cancer at the age of 73, yeah. And I lost my dog to cancer. I lost, several friends. Also have friends of the family that are cancer survivors. Other multiple family members that have, you know, leukemia that have managed it and everything, like that, you know, in-laws and so on. So yeah. Yep. That was really the creation of ARFCon. ARFCon started after the passing of my dog, Lilo. But what it really was about was this sort of sense of desperation and anger that I had, that I felt like I wasn't able to do anything. I just had to keep sitting there while, you know, people and beings that I cared about, you know, passed away because of stuff like this. So that was an example of, it was really about not just, of course, my dog. It was about my mother. It was about all the people that I knew that had been affected one way or the other. So yeah, so I've been there. Yeah, I totally get it. I totally get it. And it's the kind of thing that as we move to defeat it, we bring everyone else together in the same way. So, but I am so sorry about that. Yeah. Yep. Great work from Square Enix. Great work. Great stuff. Woof. Great stuff. Confluence of Worlds, trophy earned. Chapter selection and hard difficulty are now available. Access system chapter selection. Replay any chapter from the beginning using current stats, weapons, and materia. Can adjust your quest completion status. For a real challenge, switch a chapter's difficulty to hard. While playing on this setting, items cannot be used, and rest spots only recover HP. Yeah, no thanks. Play log, accessible via the system section of the main menu. The play log shows your achievements throughout the story and in battle. You can pick any character with a close enough relationship to Cloud to accompany him in the Gold Saucer. Meeting certain requirements such as completing all proto-relic salvaging quests will unlock unique combat challenges featuring Sephiroth and Zack. That's right. That's right, Chatter. That's right. Chocobo ranches have changing booths, which you can use to alter your party members' outfits. Oh, Red 13 and Kate Sith's Loveless costumes. Yes, yes, yes. So yeah, so playtime 105. Let me get to the one. So there was 107 hours and 38 minutes. All right, I just want to see this achievements thing. All right, so we got 27 out of 88 items in Johnny's treasure trove. You can use those beach outfits anywhere. Nice, nice. Yeah. Allies with strongest bond, 0 to 5. Chapter 12 date companions, 1 out of 6. That's the only one that mattered. Chapter 12 intimate dates, 1 out of 5. Only one that mattered. 34 out of 36 quests completed. It's pretty close to the end there. Perfectly executed odd jobs, 29 out of 36. Pretty close there. 158 out of 169. That was pretty good. Completed combat objectives and hard mode minigames, 91 out of 108. Yep, 38 out of 48 chocobo stops repaired, 20 out of 49 cache locations cleared, 101 out of 145 Queen's Blood cards collected. There were other cards, huh? Chapters cleared on hard difficulty, 0 out of 14. That's going to stay 0 out of 14. Yeah, it's true. Well, the one beach outfit, woof. That was all right there, too. Emily Intel collected. Emily Intel collected 1 out of 1, I'm guessing. Enemy Intel collected, though, 220 out of 230. Enemies assessed, 179 out of 230. Weapon abilities learned, 37 out of 49. Manuscripts collected. This is what happens when I bitter Emily's. This is what happens when I'm looking at chat, but also looking at the PS5 screen. 31 out of 112 manuscripts collected. Interesting, there aren't more, huh? Chadley's combat simulator challenges. Yeah, at a certain point, I was like, all right, Chadley, I got it. I got it going on, dude. I got it. 29 out of 56. 4 out of 8 Shinra Manor combat simulator challenges. I'm all set there. 8 out of 11 Beast Battleground challenges. All set there. 2 out of 33 Musclehead Coliseum challenges. Relationship with Barrett. Full on odd jobs. Conversations, pretty good. Synergy skills and abilities. Story beats. Costa del Sol beach fight partner, Corel minecart route and score, Corel prison buggy escape, and Loveless the Skywheel date. So 79%. Relationship with Tifa was 84%. Conversations, odd jobs, synergy skills and abilities. I didn't have a lot of synergy skills with Barrett. Story beats maxed out on Costa del Sol, Loveless, and the Skywheel date. The inauguration parade was 84%. Same taste in beachwear. Relationship with Aerith. Wow, 87%. But that must have happened at the end because I had a better relationship with Tifa to go on the date, and then Aerith at the very end passed it. Well, I'm not going to be developing that relationship anymore. Am I right? Hardy har har. Just kidding. I know, inconceivable. Conversation's full. Odd jobs almost. Synergy skills and abilities halfway. That's because I got it. You know why? Because I got that new synergy skill during the fight with Sephiroth. Story beats. Inauguration parade. Same taste in beachwear. Loveless full. Not the Skywheel date. 73% on Red 13. Conversations, odd job, synergy. Look at that. Shinra 8 Queen's Blood tournament maxed. Custa del Sol beach fight partner maxed. Gold Saucer welcome brawl with Dio maxed. Didn't do the Gold Saucer Queen's Blood rematch or Loveless. Hit too soon. And relationship with Yuffie, 68%. That is exactly where it should be. Yuffie, I'm down with that. So again, Tifa would be my max, but I can understand why Aerith, like, you know, beat it out the end. Aerith, Tifa, Barrett, and then Red 13, and then Yuffie. Yep. Krell, Minecart, Root, and Score, 3 Repeller match, Loveless, Max, yeah. There it is. I got the summoning materia. And I got that, you know, I used Rama several times, by the way, in important sequences. And I did that because I played Final Fantasy VII Remake Episode Intermission. I played that. Yeah. What a great game. Ugh. Just brilliant. Yeah, I saved. All right, let's take a look at this. So we had 60%. I did pretty well on this for the first time through. So, okay. The rarest one I got was I got a Cactuar Crusher. I got a Proto-Relic in the Corel region. That was rare. Bronze. I maxed out my Moogle Emporium Merchant rank. You better believe that ought to be rare. Confluence of Worlds. Rare. Complete Chapter 14. Honorary Turk. Obtain a Proto-Relic in the Gagaga region. Receive a review of S or higher for your performance in Loveless at the Gold Saucer. Let's go. Oh, yeah, I could see that. Well, I mean, after having, like, played it again after Remake, I think you pretty much have it, Illness. And the least rare one was I staggered an enemy. Staggered learning. 91.7% of players earned. So, yeah, I started in March. April, May, June, July, August. And I finished in August. Great game. Great, great game. Okay. What games do I have left? Or let me check storage first. How much storage? No storage. And then we're going to talk about the game we're going to play next. So I have on here, I have free space 477 gigs, all right? And on here, I've got 461 gigs free. Okay. So, let's see. So that means I can... Okay, what was the thing? Is it notifications? This one. We obviously have to add that. Yeah, we're downloading the PS5 version. Of course we are. All right. And the other one that we're going to get is not that. I've heard good things about this. And it might be something that I would try at some point. Okay. Cool. Oh, my pleasure. I'm glad that it came off that way. I'm really glad. Seriously, I'm very glad about that, Emily. All right. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to put this over here so I don't forget. And all right, because I want to talk about what we're going to do next. So what we did last time is for the subathon. I did a subathon for the first time ever in 12 years of streaming last year because I wanted to give it a shot. I wanted to see what it would be like. I definitely could use that. Oh, and actually, wait, before I talk about that, hold on. I promised I would scroll up to see things that people were talking about. So hang on a second. All right, give me a second. I saw the Eris theme extended. Bro's sacrifice was completely undone within 2 minutes. Go Red 13. How did your game finish up tonight? 2 people died. We have 2 new PCs. We leveled up. Another player changed their PC, relying on me to be the healing cleric of the group. We stopped the slot from escaping. Wow, that was intense, Prince Justin. That sounds like it was super intense. There was Rising Tides. Talked about that. This was Sephiroth stuff. Sephiroth looked like went to Michael's. It could have been to Jared. I remember that. Pregnant with Son. What's with the cute little black and white kitty cat? Kate Sith. Part 3 of the remade game is just going to be therapy with the Jules interlude. Pretty much, yeah. Imagine how different things would turn out if Sephiroth just went to therapy. Exactly. Because of having mommy issues in this case. How did finding out a scientist used alien DNA in this mystery energy source to enhance it make you feel? To modify your DNA in the womb. Multiverse and shenanigans. I fought a wolf fox and a cat. And then there was the Yuffie thing. And then Echo came in. Loved the live D&D session. Thank you. So did I. I was super happy with that. It was wonderful. Yep. Almost a Dark Souls boss. Let me know when the game's finished, Mr. Stranger that forgot about us. Let's see. Got to hug. Killness, Justin Klesko, Effect Life back in the mitten, a happy girl. Want to hug Tifa. Someone in hot Tifa cosplay walked by whenever we were at the signing table together. I was in his talking to people zone. I think, yes, that's right. I was in the zone. And then I think I saw Witcher 3 with all the wraiths around them. Yep. And then I saw that before, and then Nonstop resubbed. And then a slight deduction. Yes, and then I read the rest of this. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. So thank you all for watching that with me and for coming along on this ride with me. It was absolutely worth it for me. I adored this. Great game. Absolutely great game. Okay, now, last year we did the subathon, and I did Starfield, as you may remember. And the way that we did it last year was, in fact, I'm going to run up to this one spot in my notes where I talked about exactly this. What we did last time is that we, hang on a second as I go up to the exact spot, the specific place. Right. So what we did was we did this on a weekend. It was last September. It's hard to believe, almost a year now. But we did Starfield, then I think we did Expedition, and then we went back to Starfield. And what we did was we did like a 3-hour block. And then every tier 1 sub or Patreon sub, because remember they are cheaper during the month of September, adds 10 minutes to the timer. Every tier 2 sub added 15 minutes. Every $10 Patreon sub added 20 minutes. Every tier 3 sub added 25 minutes. Every $20 Patreon sub added 30 minutes. And we basically went like that. I'll calculate the numbers again. I haven't figured it out for this year, but the point was that was we actually did. Thank you for the 84 months of support, Dragon. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you to everyone who was subbed and resubbed today. I really appreciate it. Then we did an Infernal Salon. And then we did some Eberron, and then we did more Starfield. So we did a lot of that, and the subathon was an overwhelming success. Like I think we got up to like 130 subs, I believe, which is, I think, a record. I would love to break that record. Would love to do that. We'll see if we can do that this year. But this is what we're going to do. So Final Fantasy VII has now been defeated. We have now beaten it. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is done. So we are going to do this. Now, the first game that we are going to play And I predict that you folks are going to really like this one. Hold on. Let me just update something quickly. Update list. Okay, I want to make sure that I update my games completed list after the stream tonight. So, last time I basically want a palate cleanser before the next game that we're going to be doing, which is going to be the focus of the subathon in September. So the game that we're going to play first, and I'm going to see if I can find a trailer to show you, is a game called, and I hope I'm pronouncing this correctly, Jusant. It's either Jusant or Jusant, Jusant. It is a puzzle platform game in which you control a lone wanderer who climbs a desolate tower, and it's filled with the artifacts of civilizations long past. So that reminds me a little bit of Chants of Sennar, but this one is very much more that combined with like the Guardian, what was the Guardian game? The Last Guardian. And a little bit of that, and it's very, very, very short. Pausing and wrapping up Black Geyser. I'm going to take a look. I'm probably not going to immediately do Lego Lord of the Rings. I do like the Lego games. In fact, I just got the Skywalker Saga actually for free with the PlayStation Plus that I have. I can imagine myself doing Lego Lord of the Rings at some point, but I probably am going to finish Black Geyser first because I don't have that much longer in that game to go, actually, Echo, I think. So, but I will eventually do a little bit of play of Lego Lord of the Rings for sure. That will happen down the line. And I may not have seen the message because I've been catching up on stuff after I was gone. Okay, so let me see if I can find this trailer to show you all. Hang on a second. All right. I'm going to show you all a little bit of what this thing looks like. Let me go with studio mode. So this is going to be the thing that we're going to play next. And it's not going to be... this game is very short. In fact, what I've been told is that it's a game we might even be able to do in just one session, which was one of the reasons that it was appealing. Okay, so let me show you all this game. All right, let me bow out for a second. Oh, and also get rid of that. Hold on. There we go. Oh, nice, Echo. It seemed they describe it as very sort of like chill and interesting and like, I don't know, charming and very cool. I need to check that, Mrs. Dunsel. It is a Steam game. I don't know if it's also elsewhere. It might be, and I'm not even sure if it's on GOG. I got to double check. Obviously, I'll play it on GOG if it's there. If not, I could play it on Switch or one of the other ones. But I do know that the game is not super long. I think it's just a few hours. So it might take us one, maybe 2 sessions total to complete, which is another reason that I thought about it. In fact, we'll probably play this on Thursday after I do our little picture. For those of you who missed this, I'm going to do some show and tell from the UK trip with pictures and the like, and then this. I just felt that was very charming, and I thought that was a game that would do some very good things that we would like. So, I don't have those, apparently. So, yes, at a normal pace, the players would spend an average of 3.5 to 4.5 hours. If playing a single player with a desire to explore the main and additional content in Jusant, players will have to spend an average of 5 to 6 hours. So basically, I'm not a completionist, but you always add time on as a streamer. So we're looking at like, is it on GOG? All right, so then I'll be able to get it there. So we're looking at basically 6 hours, which means to me one to two sessions, basically. And I liked it because it's a game that does not, it's not like, epic game to epic game to epic game. Like it's a palate cleanser. And I thought that would be pretty cool. So that is going to be the first game we do. Then we get to this game, and I am very excited for this. And this is going to be the main game that we do for a while. And it's going to be also the focus of our subathon in September. And I'm going to show you what that looks like.
I'm not gonna lie. My is kind of...
Okay, let's see. Let's see if I can just find... I'm going to see. I don't want to give away. I mean, I'm going to tell you what the game is, but I want to see if I can do it this way. There we go. Maybe. Let me see if I can. Okay, hang on. I'm going to show you in a minute. I promise I will show you the whole thing, but I'm trying to get to this thing where I can show you a little bit about what it looks like.
I thought it was an absolute and complete...
Okay. I don't actually care about this guy's commentary. I just want to show you the game. Okay, here we go. What you are looking at is Curse of the Fire Dragon, and it is through Unlimited Adventures. Now, in case you're curious and you're like, what is this? This is one of the Unlimited Adventures was part of the Gold Box Games series. So you may remember, you may have heard of the Gold Box games, Pool of Radiance, which I've played on this channel before, Curse of the Azure Bonds, the Dragonlance games, and so on. So Unlimited Adventures was basically a way that people could mod in a bunch of games and do this themselves. It was like old school, I want to say maybe 2nd edition D&D, something like that. But this game is a relatively new mod that was made that is a full game called Curse of the Fire Dragon. And what makes this interesting is that it is very much story-driven. It's a pretty good story by all accounts. And it has a lot of the cool, like, setup of D&D. So it's like, exactly, Triffid, it's retro and new. I want to be able to play a game and sink my teeth a little bit into a game that's got more of a retro feel. And I also want to be able to do that while playing something that's got a good functional story to it. So everything that I've been able to find about this game suggests that it does that to a certain degree, including even to the level of role play and stuff like that, and the writing quality of it as well. So I basically put all that stuff together and I said, you know what? Not going to have to worry about anyone going, oh my God, spoilers, because there are not going to be many people playing this particular game. But there are a lot of people who remember the gold box games. There are a lot of people who loved the sort of D&D aesthetic. It obviously fits with the channel because we do a lot of this kind of thing, you know, D&D related stuff. And I think it's perfectly suited for a subathon and what happens afterwards. Now, if for some reason we start playing it, there's also an overland map, as you can see. If for some reason we play it and after a few hours we're just horribly bored and no, then I'll move on to something else. But my experience so far, and I played a little bit of it, about 20 to 25 minutes just to get a sense of it, was I think this is a good game for the channel to take its next step in terms of attracting people in who are interested in retro stuff with role play. With us being able to chat with each other, I'm able to focus on chat. As much as I love Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, there were times, like during that entire last boss fight, where I couldn't look at chat because I'm too busy playing the game, and that's what's necessary. This one, I'm able to do on a turn-based level, and I think it's going to be great. And I've been sort of itching to play something like this, which has a sort of different feel to it. So we're going to be playing this game next because I'm super excited about that. That is going to be the focal point of the subathon, and we're going to be playing a lot of this, and it's going to be cool. Again, not just the story, but there'll be a lot of theater of the mind stuff we're working at, even with as you can see, going through these characters and the character creation and stuff like that. It's going to be neat. So I'm super pumped up for this, and I've been thinking about it for a while. That's what the combat looks like, but you can see that the sprites have been updated too. So it just, oh man, I love the old gold box combat. So there's a little bit of nostalgia, and I think Triffid put it best. Retro and new is really what we're looking at. So that's going to be the next game that we play. Super excited about that. Now, after that, we are going to play one other game, and I'm going to show you what that is. And I still don't fully know that I understand how this game even exists. It's a little hard to explain. But I'm going to show you the review. Not all of it, but a little bit of it. Okay. Here we go. Take a look at this.
And the dead. You fools, there was a sign about that. No, the sign specifically told you not to do that.
Exactly, Nonstop.
Earlier in the year, I played through a bunch of NextFest demos, and I can safely say I wasn't expecting Mavis Beacon's Tales from the Crypt to be one of my favorites, mainly because it's a typing game, and I thought those might have already peaked with Typing of the Dead. The difference is that this is a slow dungeon crawler until the fighting starts. Even then, while it's not the recommended one, there is a turn-based option for combat, so it still doesn't have to be that frantic. The story itself is an easy setup. You've been woken by the Crypt Master, who wants to reach the dungeon's surface. And like some other dungeon games, here you play a party of characters. A warrior, an assassin, a bard, and a sea witch. Which is kind of like a regular witch, but she throws more fish.
I figured you'd like this, Trippin. And thank you, Emily, I believe so
but
too.
Like any good dungeon, there are plenty of obstacles, weirdo characters, and other side things to get past. And throughout all of it, the Crypt Master is your constant companion. Asking what you're up to, reacting to what you type in, and trying to be helpful at 20 questions and other riddles.
No, I don't like that.
Mavis Beacon was never real, and the Crypt Master feels like more of a genuine educator, to the point that if you avoid the game's tutorials to try and softlock yourself, he calls you out on it.
All you had to do was type the word hit. I hinted, and then I outright instructed you. I even used 2 separate tooltips.
He follows this up with a step-by-step guide on how to refund the game.
And then click on support. There will be an option to ask for a refund, and you should select the game is too hard as your reason for wishing to do so.
If you couldn't tell already, he's the soul of this game and one of the actual designers, which does make it feel extra appropriate, and the game was made by a very small team. This is one of those games that, due to the nature of it, I don't want to show a whole ton. My first run took me about 10 hours, and there were still quite a few secrets and leads that I never followed up on. There's a good amount going on.
I never thought rats would be capable of an erection on that scale.
Right, visuals. To go for the obvious, the choice of black and white is an interesting one. It's already unusual for a movie to go that route nowadays, but for a 3D game, that's even more rare. Typically they might have some color for emphasis, or a way to bring it back. Here, Cryptmaster is fully committed to the bit, and where dungeon games can have a problem with areas looking too similar, now you're watching it through Mr. Ed Vision. The thing is, it really works here for a few reasons. For one, the environments have the work put in to make them stand out from each other. There is always a grungy, damp cave undercurrent to everything, but the locations still feel distinct and not copy and pasted from each other, which again can be one of the biggest pitfalls in this genre, and the good ones tend to avoid it. Beyond that, the style works well for the idea. After all, your entire party is undead, brought back to a cursed life by a speak and spell necromancer, so it gives them a white bony look, and thematically, that's how they see the world too. How it uses that extreme contrast in the environments and its characters is great. It really accents fine lines, glowing lights, and other detail.
Okay, so you get the idea. All right, sounds good. Thanks, Hilness, for coming along for the ride on all of that. I appreciate it. I hope I did the playthrough justice. So yes, so that game reminds me quite a bit, actually, of Paper Sorcerer, which I streamed a long time ago. And I really liked it conceptually. Something about this game clicks to me, and I thought it was pretty cool. No, because it's like very like it's very stylized, and like there's the sense of humor. That's fine. It's not sort of a horrifying thing to me. Also, not a lot in the sort of jump scare variety from what I can tell. So I think that's going to be pretty cool. And that is going to be what we do next. That's about 10 hours, which means call it maybe 15 to 16 for streaming purposes. Then Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown, which I've heard good things about. It's not going to keep you awake at night, exactly. And then we have a bunch of ones that are up there that are possibilities. I've been thinking a little bit about the game Myth Force. I've been thinking a little bit about Return to Moria. I've been, going sort of up and down about that. I've considered the possibility of Super Mario RPG, which I've never actually played. I've seen it speedrun quite a bit, but I've never actually played it, the new version I'm talking about. I don't remember what Dark Envoy is. I have to look at that again. And then I have Final Fantasy XVI, which you mentioned, Echo. I have the Suikoden 1-2 remaster on there, and then, other ones after that. Then it goes, there's a lot of other ones all the way down the line to... Right now I have Assassin's Creed Origins. I probably should take care of the bottom of that list. I'm not sure I'm going to get to any of those. But the ones I know for sure are Jusant, which is going to be fast. That's, again, 1, maybe 2 sessions. And then Unlimited Adventures Curse the Fire Dragon, which is going to be the next big one that we do, and I'm excited for that. And then Cryptmaster, which I just showed you. And then probably Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown, and then we'll see where things go from there. So that is what's up next now that we have finished Final Fantasy VII, and I'm very excited for the Unlimited Adventures because I just think it's a good combination of, because it's, again, retro and new, I think it's a good combination of games that a lot of people enjoy coming in. It's a game that I play off of very well, I think, and I think the community here will play off of it beautifully too. So yeah, I'm excited about it. I was thinking about doing a game in this ballpark, and then this one popped up, and I'm like, that's pretty cool. Actually, that could definitely work. So I am, so I'm excited for that. And I think it's going to be good. So that is what we've got down the line. I will talk more about the design of the subathon. In terms of the dates of the subathon, in case anyone is curious, I have to decide that. So my birthday is Monday, September 16th, which means I'm going to be teaching on my birthday. That doesn't happen more than all the time. That often happens to me. So I don't know what my sort of party situation is going to be here in person. I don't know whether I'm going to be doing that the following weekend or the weekend before. And I might want to save the subathon for that final weekend in September. So I might want to do the subathon for, the Friday the 27th, Saturday the 28th, Sunday the 29th, which means I might play a little bit of that, of the Unlimited Adventures leading up to that. We'll kind of see how things go. But it's going to be some weekend in September. Probably, as I say, my guess would be either the 21st, 22nd, 20th, 21st, or the 27th, 28th. It's going to be somewhere in there that I'm likely to do it. And that's going to be the subathon, and we're going to try to break a record and do the best we can with the subathon. Then October comes around, and then we've got Halloween, so we will have our usual Edgar Allan Poe reading, which is going to be pretty awesome. And then November pops in, and I've got a couple special things happening on the publishing side that I can't talk about yet, but I will speak about more pretty soon, actually quite soon, that may take up some of our attention and time in November. And then in December, of course, we have, it's hard to believe, but we're only a few months away from December, where we get the amazing Christmas Carol with the ER vocalists, which is super cool. And where we get the Game of the Year show, which is always really exciting. Games of the Year, we list all the games of the year. We talk about the channel and what that was all like, and so on. And then wrap up 2024 and lead us to 2025. So that is the deal. Thank you, first of all, my friend. It is not related to that, though I live in hope. But I have a couple of other things that are related, that are coming up. One that is connected to people that you know quite well, and one which is not, but has some, I hope, some serious legs. But we'll see. That obviously is. That will be determined over time. That one that I'm talking about is something that, not the one that of the people you know, but the other one is something I'm going to be doing some work on this week. Not tomorrow, because tomorrow I'm going to basically chill out a lot. Then early next week, I'm going to be unpacking. My office is a mess because I never unpacked from Gen Con, never had time. So I'm going to unpack, clean up all that stuff. I got a lot of emails to go through and catch up on and all that business. And then do a couple of these projects and get stuff, all that stuff out of the way, because the week after that, I am back to school. So yeah, but very excited about what that's all going to look like. Let's see. In fact, I have to put a note. There we go. I'll make sure I made that announcement. So you'll sell the insider info for money. $, $sign. It's going to be awesome. So yeah, so there we go. I am super happy, though, with the fact that we have concluded Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. It was great. I loved it. But all good things come to an end, and that includes this one. But I felt very good about it. I'm glad that we played it. I'm glad that we did what I wanted to do, and yeah, it was good. All right, so let's see. Okay, cool. All right, so we are going to do a raid today, folks. I am back, and we are going to do a raid today. So I am going to ask you, if you are not a sub, when you were brought over automagically, I'm going to ask you to do this. The Argonauts have landed, followed by Twitch raid, lowercase Twitch, uppercase R, lowercase AID. If you are a sub, I'm going to ask you to do this, which is the Argonauts have landed, Arvany roar, Arvany hype, Arvany witch, Arvany smug, Arvany love, Arvany blown, Arvany, you know, all the Arvanys that you can do now that we are back together and hanging out again for the while. By the way, I'm not going to be basically, I may do a little, you know, like weekend trips here and there, but I'm not basically going anywhere significant except for my trip to Canada for CanCon, which will be early November. Other than that, I'm going to be basically here hanging out with all of you. And obviously, we have a very important thing going on in the United States known as an election, which is going to be important and will occupy some attention from people. So I'm going to be around here playing, writing, hanging out with the family, hanging out with all of you. And I really, for fall, one of my goals is to really kind of push to see what we can do to build up the channel and the community. We've been doing some great stuff, I think, with the community, and that was never more evident than being able to get together with a lot of the European Arvanauts. But this is a situation where I feel I want to sort of have us take the next step in terms of growing the community and building up our numbers again. Not because I'm fascinated by how many people are watching at any given time, but because I think it's really good for the community feel when we get even more people that are active and participating with each other while still being members of the community that all care about each other. And so that is what this is about. That's what this sort of push is going to be for. And that's why it's perfect to do it during September when subs are a little bit cheaper. And it'll be a good opportunity. Like fall is a good opportunity for, I don't know, like obviously the beginning of a calendar year is important too. But to me, maybe it's just because I'm an academic, right? The beginning of a school year always has that feel to me. The fall, the beginning of like, let's get going again, and kind of get rolling. College basketball starts in a couple months. We got football coming around. It's just different things are starting to get started again, after what was a really great summer, very productive and fun summer. I am looking forward to that quite a bit, to the fall. And so this will be a chance to actually really push the channel and to build up the channel and community a little bit with a game that I think is going to bring a lot of people in. I just have a sense, maybe I'm wrong, but I have a sense that it's going to be the right group, people that are going to be interested in this community, will want to stick around as we play it, and that are going to sort of fit in nicely with what we do here. And so that is the plan. That's what we're going to do. And then hopefully then we got some writing news, as I say, down the line that we'll be talking about as well. But you know about that raid. If you like what you saw and heard today, I hope you will follow the channel. I hope you will check out YouTube with !ArvTube. Thanks to those of you who are watching on the YouTube channel today. I do appreciate it. Please subscribe over there. Discord is !ArvCord. Please join us in the Discord where you can hang out with the Arvanauts in between streams. Twitter is !ArvTweets. Please follow me over there until that platform collapses upon itself. And then definitely make sure you follow me on Blue Sky, !ArvSky, which is my sort of most significant alternate other social media. By the way, while I'm talking about stuff that is going on here, I do want to mention a couple things which I'll push more of. Triffid has started doing audio editing and releasing of the Hearthglow podcast, which is the new podcast, limited run podcast that I am doing with the amazing and awesome Carlos Hernandez, CSE Cooney, Claire Cooney, Adam Petrosino, and Zach Clay, that basically is designed to bridge the gap between part 2 of the Forbidden Library trilogy and part 3 of the Forbidden Library trilogy. It was very entertaining. If you've had a chance to listen to any of it, you'll see what I mean. We're going to be doing next week our we do a one long form recording of this a month, and then we release it in short form, leading up basically one a week is the plan. So we're going to be doing that, and I'm excited for that Hearthglow podcast. I still have to put together a web page for it. That's on my list of things to do next week, but you can still get to it there. Speaking of that, I'm glad you mentioned that, Echo. Gen GMs is still continuing, and we have still been releasing shorts. In fact, we released our last short, I want to say maybe a week ago or so. Zach and I are going to be doing a long-form recording of Gen GMs coming up this week, and then we will immediately start releasing shorts and the long-form one as well. So Gen GMs, we're continuing to build that up. We would love to get to 100 subscribers on that YouTube channel and then beyond. We think that it's a good show. We're proud of it, and so that is continuing. I also have more shorts that are going to be posted on my own channel, the YouTube channel. Obviously, since I was away, we didn't have as much material to work with, but I've gotten a couple more from live suing, and more of those are on the way that are going to be posted soon also. So you can check out more of those. And again, spreading the word about those shorts is helpful. So please do follow us on Gen GMs. Please as well check out that Hearthglow podcast, because I'm excited about both of those things. !ArvTreon, that's the Patreon sitting right over there. Would really love to see that number build. That's another thing that's a big push for the subathon, not just subbing, but supporting the Patreon. And the reason for that is that I get more money from the Patreon, frankly. I shouldn't say that. I get more bang for your buck. They take away fewer fees, basically, than Twitch does. And so I try to push that, but I also recognize that the Twitch sub system is a lot easier for people who obviously are watching on Twitch. So that also is super useful, and that's why I try not to have the Patreon and sub system overlap very much. There is a little bit of overlap in terms of the inspirations for the tabletop players, but there is not a ton of overlap. The Patreon stuff is different than what you can get for subs and vice versa, and so you can support both if you're able to do so financially. But regardless, the supporting the Patreon is always appreciated, and subbing to the channel, as a number of you today, is always appreciated as well. On the publishing side, !Icarus, that's my graphic novel from Athos Arts. !Library is my Tales and Tomes in the Forbidden Library. That's my 5e adventure and sourcebook from Alligator Alley Entertainment. And Greyshade, which is my Greyshade IP. Greyshade, Renegade, and Heretic, the Grey Assassin trilogy, is now complete. You can get that there. You can also get the audiobook of Greyshade, and you can pre-order the Greyshade TTRPG being done by the Rising Tides. That's coming out from Alligator Alley later this year or early next year. Very excited about that tabletop role-playing game. I'll have more details about that as we come closer to featuring it on this channel. So that's going to be very cool. And you can pre-order that and basically get more information about the Grey Shade books and about the Grey Assassin trilogy. So please do that, and please spread the word and leave reviews. That always makes a big difference. Please, 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 please. It really makes a difference if you like the books to leave a review and to tell your friends. It makes a big difference. Last but certainly not least, exclamation point BLM, Black Lives Matter. Important to affirm and assert the significance and importance of Black lives. Exclamation point Help Now, the World Health Organization page on suicide prevention. Important to reach out to others when you need help and reach out to others when they need help as well. And exclamation point Ukraine, UKRAINE, to help the people of Ukraine as they fight back against an illegal and illegitimate war with bravery and courage. And send the message we will do so for others in the future. I'll be back to you folks on Tuesday. Tari and I are going to be finishing up the Fighting Fantasy Gamebook illustration book of Slaves of the Abyss. So we're going to be finishing that up on Tuesday. And then I'm going to be not finishing up, but making some good progress on moving towards into the end game of good command. Thank you, Triffid. Moving into the end game of Black Geyser. So I'm excited for that as we move on to the end of that game over on GOG.com and Pen and Pixels. And then next month, we are looking at some of our vocalists. So you're definitely going to want to check that out as well. Plus D&D viewers and a whole bunch of other things. So it's going to be good stuff. But that is going to do it for me for now. I want to thank everyone who made this an awesome stream today. Thank you to my wonderful mods. Thank you to Dragon Spear, Emily the Invincible, Prince Justin, Shatter Mage, again, Shatter, so sorry for your loss, Triffity Mats, and the Rising Tides. Thank you to the best mods in the business. Thank you as well to my Patreon supporters and subscribers. Thank you to Dragon. That sounds good, Triffid. Thank you to Dragon, to Emily, to Prince Justin, Shatter, Triffid, the Rising Tides, Triffid and Nonstop, and Echo Alpha, and Mrs. Dunsel. And thank you to Jagtress as well for watching today, as always. That's it for me. Please stick around for the raid, and I will see you folks back here on Tuesday. Until then, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth complete. We're moving on to Juicent and then to Unlimited Adventures Curse of the Fire Dragon. That's it for now. Much love, everybody. Thank you all for coming on that epic journey with me, and I will see you folks on Tuesday. Until then, everyone have a good rest of your weekend, and bye for now. Ha!